Folks at home, you may be wondering why are there so many orange flags around the bass pond. We're about to be doing some major landscaping. I even had to break out the old metal detector to find our old sprinkler box. I couldn't remember exactly where it was. It's been like 5 years since I installed it, but I got the metal detector out. We got it right there. So we're adding 3 new zones of sprinklers. One of them is going to come up and cover all these new plants we added, and then we're resodding the entire yard. You see Liz is over there digging in her rose bushes, but we're going to pull out all this grass and go in with completely new zoysia. I think I'm saying that right. So all this is going to be new sod here in a day or two. We just dug out our old flower beds each side. We're probably going to go in with some rocks, but our entire backyard is going to look completely different. We're going to go with sod all the way up to the edge of the pond and make it look really natural, kind of like you'd see a pond out in somebody's backyard. We're getting GulfSouth Landscaping. They're a local company here. They're going to come in and do the work. We're pretty excited. You ready, Liz?
Yeah.
Show them how excited you are.
Over now.
Sweated down excited. So we're going to put sod down in this area right now, but our plans for maybe next year are to build a big patio right here with a roofed structure. That way we can sit out here under it and enjoy the fish all the time. And a couple cool things. I found some earthworms while I was digging over there and tossed them in, and Bonnie ate them. One of them I dropped it in right here. She ate it. The other one I dropped it in over there. Oh, Liz got one. Go ahead and drop it in, Liz. Right out there in the middle. She's down there. She's going to tear it up. She shot over there on the other side of the pond to get that other one. Got him. So hopefully we can go back and look at some of that footage on our underwater camera, because she's already gotten 3 of them. Clyde's hanging out over there. Poor Clyde didn't get any. Bonnie's a little too fast for him. So we hired GulfSouth Landscape to do the work. They do a fine job. If you're in this area, you need to check them out. But let's go check in on their progress. All right, they use this trencher to trench out our sprinkler lines here. Everything's looking good. We're starting to lay the pipe in. And over here, they tied our downspout in, coming off of our gutters, into our 6-inch drain pipe. And did the same thing coming off this downspout. Man, look at this. We are routing the water through this area. It's just like a highway of pipe laid out through the yard. But we can't have that hurricane dumping a lot of water into our pond again. So they merged both of the downspouts in together and then merged in with the main 6-inch line. Smart. Alright, let's take a look at our last zone of sprinklers that goes up through our garden. So we've got 2 zones of sprinklers down there with the sod and 1 up here. And obviously they couldn't use the trencher in this area, so they hand dug out these lines. And it should provide our plants with all the water they need. Man, it's looking good. This is a completely different backyard. We got a major storm blowing through, so we're not going to be able to lay the sod down, but these guys have gotten a lot done in just 2 days. We now have a flat yard with a little bit of taper to it, as when they got here, it looked nothing like that. They got our lights put in, our landscape lights, here, that side of the pond, up there at the top. Let's just go on and walk around. So we didn't have time to run the wires to the lights yet. I'd love to show you guys the lights, but to show you where they put the light placement in case you guys are thinking about doing something like this in your backyard. So we got the spotlight on the palm tree, and Liz had a good idea. We're going to decorate the palm tree with Christmas lights. That'll be coming up here in a couple weeks. We also put a spotlight on this tree, this tall pine, and 1 spotlight over here on this tall oak. Really impressed by the work that these guys do. Go check them out, GulfSouth Landscape. Clyde's back at it again. Look at those ripples in the water. He's smoking some minnows. Alright, it's been a little while since we fed Bowser a shrimp, so let's drop him one in. Looks like he's ready. Alright, he's dropped him in. He's right there on the edge. He's about to get him now. Got him. He said, I don't take him back in the back and eat him. Everybody wants to see you, Bowser. Alright, just put him another one in right there. He's chasing it around. It's about as big as his head. And I got the head off, and now he's going for the tail. Little protein snack. Time for Moby's nightly gorge session. Oop, got him. All gone. 7 down. So I removed our 2 underwater cameras that we had there and there while these guys were doing this work because I didn't have the lines buried just yet. But I think we had 1 night and 1 day of the bluegills, so I'm going to go back and review some of that footage and see if the bluegills came out of Clyde's Bass Cave. So after dark, everybody comes out, including our 2 big bluegills. So now let's take a minute to name them. We had over 3,000 name suggestion comments in our last video. And since we have a big bluegill named Sheriff, we decided to name our biggest bluegill Deputy. So we'll have a Sheriff and a Deputy, and then a Bonnie and Clyde. Makes perfect sense to me. And there were a whole bunch of people that commented Deputy, so I just randomly chose one, and the winner is McLaughlin Adventures. So send me your address and I'll send you out a prize package. Our other bluegill's a little bit smaller than Sheriff and Deputy, so I let Liz pick out the name for this one, and she decided Gilly. She likes the name Gilly. There were also several people that commented Gilly, but the winner is Kid Fishing Pro. So send me your address. Our crappie outlaw came out for his late night feed. And the catfish Shadow making his appearance. And it seems like they're all getting along really well, and at some points it kind of seems like they work together, kind of school together to school up on some of these golden shiners. Bonnie going over to Clyde's cave, and just like always, rejected. And my favorite part of these underwater cameras are the nighttime feeding videos. And if you missed the last video, anywhere from an hour before dark to 2 hours after dark, Clyde especially just goes nuts and starts feeding heavily. So I'm going to kick back and roll some feeding clips. Alright folks, that's going to wrap up this video. I'll put our 2 underwater cameras back in the next video, as well as show you the finished product on the side and our nighttime landscape lights. But hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all next time.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.